I'm just going to try to be good about how I hold it and how I talk. And we'll see if this works. But I think it's fine. I think this will work. I think this is the best way that I can do my little vlogs, frankly. So let's listen. The revolution was supposed to begin the day before yesterday. Not yesterday. That was the title that I wrote because I was a day late, and now I am 2 days late to doing my daily vlog. I just imagined all the sparkles and stuff, so if I didn't put the sparkles, you need to put them now. Daily vlog. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should keep it chill. Easy. I like easy things. Revolution is not easy. I was thinking earlier about potential on my little nighttime walk. It's pitch black outside, a lot of noises, including me crunching on apples and grapes. One apple singular, and grapes. And when I got done crunching and munching, I started thinking a lot harder and speaking, and boom, that potential thing came up, and I think I have a lot of potential. And that comes partially due to being told by teachers and friends and family that I have a lot of potential. And this is not the intended effect, I think. But I ended up with a complex. I ended up thinking that I am special. And don't get me wrong, I am special. But it does not mean that I am the only special person on this planet, because everyone on this planet is special in their own beautiful way. Everyone on this planet has potential. Everyone who is born on this earth has the ability to do something great. I don't know what area it's going to be in, because the world is so broad. It's so broad. Think about it. Think about how big the world is. It's small. Some areas are smaller than you would think, and it's a little scary. But we live in a big world with a lot of things to do. And there are so many ways where someone can do something that is great. So many people can become great. But why don't they? And that's the question that I'm trying to answer for myself so that I don't. I almost said end up like them. Well, I thought end up like them, and then I was like, well, yeah. Honestly, in the harshest way possible, I guess. I don't want to end up like that. That's not even to lessen their value. It's just that they have lived in such a way. They've had life brought down upon them in such a way. And then also, unfortunately, reacted in such a way that they didn't fulfill their potential. And the fact of the matter is, for a lot of those people, they didn't know they had the potential in the first place because no one told them. I was told. I've been told. I continue to be told. But we don't really think about all the people who were not told because we can't see it. And so a lot of people get delegated to the wayside and to trades and whatnot that, you know, they make money, they're essential, yada yada. We do need them. Or people who are just in jobs that pay well and they don't love, whatever. But there's always something underneath that someone would really love to do. And I'm not talking about like, oh my god, I wanted to be a football star if I had only just done this, if my coach had only put me on the field, whatever that quote is. Even though we don't even have to call it a quote because that is said constantly by all of us. Keep in mind. If only I hadn't gained weight, I'd already be in Hollywood. But it's like, no. Frankly, I think I'd be dead if I had been in Hollywood any earlier. So, that's not even an excuse. I've got excuses. I'll tell you when I make an excuse. That's not an excuse. I genuinely believe I'd be gone from this earth if I had done what I really wanted to do and gone to California at 18. But back to my point, I'm not talking about the people who really want, I am talking about those people, but I'm not talking about their fake dream. The dream that makes them feel good because other people look at them better. I'm not talking about the guy who wanted to play football. I'm not talking about the guy who wanted to be cool and play soccer, do whatever. I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the part of them that wanted to cook, make delicious food. I'm talking about the ones who wanted to paint. I'm talking about that part that wanted to make music. And like really wanted to make music. I'm talking about that part that wanted to design. I'm talking about that part that everyone has in them because it is humane. And even the most psychopathic, or as the British would say, psychopathic, the most, still have an urge to create. Can I bring up Dexter? I want to bring up Dexter so bad. Dexter made art. He had his trophies, and his trophies were an art piece in themselves. Yes, this is a fictional character who gives a fuck. The droplets were like an art piece. Caressing them was as if you were able to walk into a museum and touch the art. But his blood spatter, and this makes me, I think I've seen other people complain about this. His blood spatter, great. You do continue to see it sometimes, like later on in later seasons, you do see it. The strings. The red strings showing sprays and how blood would have fallen in a certain way in a room if hit from one point or another was a very big pull in advertising the show. And I believe it was advertised far before I ever started watching it, because when I started watching it, I was able to binge like all the seasons. So I had no idea about this, but when they put the show on streaming platforms, the very first thing you see is your hook. You see your hook shots. And one of the hook shots that you will see on any streaming platform, I think, that shows Dexter, or most, I feel pretty well any video, any person that ever talks about Dexter, they're going to show those strings. They're going to show those blood spray strings, because that was beautiful. It was very beautiful. It was very artistic with an R. And so was the blood spatter. You could say this is complicated because Dexter had feelings, but like, he's a fucking serial killer. He's a serial killer. He's a serial killer. He's a serial killer. So like, let's reel it in for a second. Should I say this? I promised myself that I would, if I were able to thread something in, I would say it. Whatever came to mind. And this is grotesque. So if you don't like grotesque things, go. Dahmer. This is messed up, I understand. Dahmer created with the human body. Let's move forward. Human centipede. I was talking to my godbrother yesterday because his mom mentioned that he liked film, and I brought it up, and we started talking about his Letterboxd, which is why I started doing Letterboxd again. And I watched Caravan. Oh my god, what a movie. Oh my god. And he had Human Centipede rated on there. I think it was like a 1, or like either a 1 star or half star. And I was like, we need to figure out like why they made that movie. And he said, the real question is, why is there 3 of them? And I was like, yeah. Oh, why are there 3? Why wasn't 1 enough? Because I know some really messed up movies. I know some really nasty, raunchy movies that are technically, some movies that got banned and all that. And there's only 1. All the ones that I can think of that are like still truly art pieces, even though they're absolutely disgusting, vile, foul, there's only 1. Weird that they did that. Very odd, very strange. What am I thinking of right now? I'm thinking of... Is it in... Sorry, I'm thinking. Is it in The Big Lebowski or something else? It's either The Big Lebowski, Gossip Girl, or a totally different thing. Where... maybe it's Dexter. I think it actually might be Dexter. There's a guy. It might be Dexter. Again, there's a guy who takes photos of women. And he gets these models. He does a beautiful photo shoot. And he gets rough with them. He gets very rough with them. And then eventually, they go missing. It's definitely Dexter. I'm pretty sure it's Dexter. But his main drive in even doing this, and part of the build-up of this action, is the art. It's the creation. I don't know how I got here. But please bear with me. I do remember. I said that even the most psychopathic, whatever you want to say, create art. Because it is of human nature to be able to have the urge, the need to create. We all need it. We all do it. We just do it in different ways. And sometimes we get it out in different ways, I'm only gonna cut when it's necessary. So if I do something weird with the camera and then and I'm moving around and you like that? You like that? I'm moving stuff around and making a bunch of noise. I'm gonna cut that, probably. I don't know. But somebody might be an artist. They like to draw, they like to sketch, they like to paint the most. And then over the years, they find themselves not prioritizing finding time, for the sketch, for the drawing, for the painting. And what once came out very beautiful and praiseworthy to other people and to them, 7 years later is coming out a little bit wonky, a little bit raggedy looking, a little bit intermediate. And the feeling of going from mastery to delinquency is not a good one. It's not an encouraging one, for sure. And it's one that you have to fight through. And if you don't fight through it, then you might just drop it all together. because you don't want to feel that feeling again. And then, because you've tucked this emotion away and not unpacked it at all whatsoever, you decide, well, I want to do something. I'm not sure what, but I feel dead if I don't do anything, so I'm gonna cook. And you start cooking every once in a while when it gets really desperate and you're really starting to feel like you're just a useless human being with nothing to live for. Then you might get up and cook. You might do it for your friends, you might do it for your family, but you're gonna get up and cook. Or you're gonna make postcards, or you're gonna scrapbook, or you're gonna fix a car, or something. But until we die, we are going to do, we are going to make, we are going to create. Civilization could have never, ever, and I say this with full confidence, never, ever gotten this far without the need to create. So, it's not like a special thing, really. It is special, it is very beautiful, but a lot of us have been put in the habit of regarding it as something that the chosen few have, you know? And those chosen few either become egotistical or they don't live up to their potential because they thought that they should have done it faster. Or if you're like me, you do both. It's phases. You go through phases. Phases happen. It's fine. Either way, even though the revolution was supposed to happen 2 days ago, 3? I don't remember. Frankly, my revolution was supposed to happen many years ago. But now we're here. And now, after deciding that I do want to stay on this earth, the revolution, my revolution, can happen whenever I want it to. So that'll be now.